So, TikTok, you don't stop. Tick, you don't quit. But they trying to knock TikTok out the box, all right? 30 states, 30, have already banned TikTok on either government devices or personal devices for personal use. Now, the reason why everybody's up in arms about this is because TikTok's owned by a Chinese company, and they're concerned about things like, data getting stolen, national security, whatever. And everybody, scared of China. So, it's all like, hey, we got to get rid of TikTok. We can't have this no more. But I want to know, what is your stance on the TikTok ban?
I think it goes down to just national security. I think that's a big concern. And I just think that we're in a situation where TikTok maybe affects most of the people that are, 30 and under, probably. And I think that national security is probably not one of their concerns because they just were born in an era where that wasn't a problem. My son's 22. He was born the year that, he'll be 22 this year, but he was born the year that 9/11 happened. So it's no concern of him. National security is not a big deal for him because there's not that constant threat that's out there. Be that as it may, TikTok comes around and is made by somebody who's considered an enemy of the state, and it's no big deal to them. They're not understanding the consequences.
Right. Okay, so I'm one of those, and I'm not 30, but I love TikTok, and I like my cat videos and my dance videos. So I had to go back and get some little background information, exactly what you were saying about the relations between Chinese and the United States.
Here we go.
What I looked at, obviously, they're a competitor, right?
She gonna get up on them stats for you.
She go, hey, Jesus, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, she will fact check Jesus.
I had to fact check myself because I was like, why? Why would TikTok? Why were you even discussing this? So first of all, sources, World Politics Review and NewYorkPost.com. Beijing basically has obtained intelligence from us, right? Military and commercial technology. In 2021, the Center for Strategic International Studies compiled a list of 160 incidences of Chinese espionage. Now, what I want to point out, though, with TikTok, it has a potential, right? So there's a potential risk there based upon previous indiscrepancies with them in the 160 incidences. 24% occurred from 2000 to 2009. 76% occurred from 2010 to 2021. 89 out of the 160 has been since, Xi Jinping has taken power. So there is some concerns there, definitely. But I do want to point out, though, TikTok has not been involved in any of these. So what they're looking at is that we have a predisposition, I guess, of possibilities that may occur from them getting our data, which Facebook and Snapchat and some other media sources and platforms. So what I think we're looking at is being risk averse. Doesn't mean anything has happened. So that's why my concern is that, okay, federal and their phones, I get that. But me, I just want to watch my cartoons and my little dance videos and, things of that nature. So I guess that's my question too, is like, as a regular civilian, am I at risk as much as somebody who's in the federal realm?
I just don't trust China. Does anybody even know what them balloons was all about? Remember they was just the weather balloons over America. Like, what was that about?
Look, okay. she already got the stats.
I did
for you
look
on
on there on the video.
We had this conversation.
And they're saying that actually they were not spying. And what we have to look at too is the United States. What are we doing to China that we're so afraid? I mean, look, if China's doing this to us, are we doing anything to China? Are we spying? Because we do get intelligence as well. Is this more like a, I got you, I don't want you to get me scenario?
Yeah, but China's kids ain't just gonna be just, I mean, I don't know, but I'm from America, so I don't really concern myself on that side. I just like, and we both ex-military, you know what I'm saying? Yep. So yeah, it's just some patriotism that kind of lays into that. I mean, and it's funny, you probably say, man, you probably on here talking crazy about the government more than anybody else, but that doesn't mean that I'm not a patriot. I don't love definitely. My country.
No doubt.
Right.
And it's just when you kind of look at China, like it's all, I mean, and we can go down that rabbit hole, and I know we ain't got time for Rolanda to look up everything, but like China's gobbling up land in Africa right now, dealing with infrastructure, and it's all, on the simple fact of world power and world domination.
Right.
I mean, they're out to get us. I mean, and we're out to get them.
Right.
I don't think we're out to get them, but I think that, we deemed them, somebody to watch, to be concerned of, just like Russia. Learned some things crazy. I was looking at TV about Russia. I just think the national security implications is something to look at. And I think that we're developing a generation that kind of got their pants down toward it.
Right.
Until something disastrous or major happens, but that may be too late.
Exactly. And they have done quite a bit things. I found some, of course, the hacking of the computer networks of more than 100 companies. They're stealing secret plans for a supersonic anti-ship missile we've had. They're stealing plans for America's F-35 stealth fighter. Satellites are used, of course, to monitor, track, target U.S. forces. We have secret agents. I thought one was really it wasn't funny, but it's called the honeypot trap, where they use actually politicians and very attractive Asian women to get secrets. So I'm not saying that they're not doing anything. And
I thought you were going to say Clarence Thomas.
It could have been him too, but
because he like rich billionaires, and
yes, and
tell
and
who
both,
he been in the bed with,
right, and it's both Democrats and Republicans.
Yeah.
So it's called it's strategic, and they don't just look at a specific politician; they just look at who I can groom and who I can get information from. So I do understand the potential threat there. And I do understand national security, of course, should always be in our forefront. So once again, I would definitely understand if you're in the federal, in the government.
Yeah.
I don't think you should have TikTok on your phones because you just have different type of information.
And I think they passed a law where they can't have TikTok
right.
on
I think
their
they
phone.
did, but for the rest of us civilians, again, I don't know what potential information they could provide that I could provide for them besides, I don't know.
Well, I mean, let's
bank
be
account
real.
Information, I guess.
If China was just that desperate to get your
Right.
information, they can just join Facebook or IG and
Exactly.
and get it. So I mean, and I understand it maybe from on that surface level. Definitely, like I ain't trying to take away nobody's fun.
Right.
I like the challenges too. You know what I'm saying? Like they got one to this reggae song that 20 years ago, I'd have been knocking that one down. I know Sean would have because he might still care because Sean can still move and groove. My fat ass can't though. But you don't want to see me doing that challenge. So I mean I get the allure of it, but the concern when it comes to national security and just the awareness of you can say what you want about the country and you can have your opinions about the country, but it's still a country.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, there's countries out there that wish us ill will because of who we are and what we represent as a people. And it's got to be aware of that, man. You got to be on top of that. And my biggest fear is that we're grooming a generation that's no concern of theirs,
Right. And just the potential of having your information out there. Because people have to understand when you are joining these, your TikTok and your Snapchat and your Instagrams, you are giving them public information, personal information.
You're allowing them to do
you're
that
allowing
legally.
them access. So just to know that you are getting or allowing people to have entry into your personal information, and that could be used. Who knows how we're actually using that information out there? So that's just my take.
Yeah, I will say this that I think as far as things go, like everybody wants to win.
Right.
Like, we don't want China stealing our secrets and our information because those are things that we're trying to build a successful country, and we're trying to do things that are going to help us lead the world, right? No country wants to get out there and just be last place. No. So we don't want China to steal information, especially from a government standpoint, right? Like that they might find out something that we're doing. I don't know how they're going to find it out through TikTok. That's my question. But, if they could just get on your phone because a government person has TikTok and just get on their phone and get all their secrets. We see the text messages these people be sending to each other. We see the information that they share with one another. So, I mean, maybe it boils down to that from a government standpoint. It's like, we're not trying to have them beat us. And they already catching us. Okay, let's not get it twisted.
Catching us.
Like they passed us in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, man, China's a beast. And yeah, and just to flip the script a little bit, it's funny. I was looking at, and I don't know if y'all been paying attention to it, but when Russia was going through their little revolt and the Wagner rebellion.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, and this is just to talk about, knowing where we're at in the world and how things go. He was sending the Wagner troops, which are nothing but pretty much we open up the prisons and say y'all are soldiers now. An African nation, I think it was Central Africa, asked them for some assistance, and they sent these troops, the Wagner troops, over to go over and pretty much suck up the resources in Africa, and really they took out a rebellion. But at the same time, Africa, and you got to understand, Africa probably has the most resources of any land in the world. So basically, Russia went over there and started sucking up the resources in a whole 9 yards. Now, this same group, the Wagner Group, they say it in Russian, but I'm gonna say it in American. The Wagner Group actually is the group that went and took tanks damn near to Moscow and took out Putin. You know what I'm saying? And kind of went on them. So just to kind of get some background on it, but that's not okay in the world field. The fear of the world. We have to be concerned of that because of national security. You know what I'm saying? Because what they're doing in Africa, then turn around. What's happening in Russia? Russia's in a war with Ukraine. We got to be concerned about all of that. Well, then how does that play into China and TikTok and the whole 9 yards? You just can't ignore little things and think that's okay and whatever, and everything's going to be okay, because people are really going after our quality of life. The fact that you can go on TikTok and do all of these things and voice your opinion and got a Bill of Rights and all that stuff. There are countries out here that attack that, and their way of life doesn't match that way of life, and you need to kind of understand that and how that plays in the world stage. And I just think, and I fear that we're raising an arrogant generation that doesn't understand that, and we're going to get caught with our pants down. That's how Pearl Harbor happened. That's how 9/11 happened. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because we weren't paying attention to the world stage. And so it might be a little thing. And like you say, I think China's on there, and, if you're looking at the cat video, they're figuring out a way to take over America. No, I don't believe that. But I think that allowing them maybe and allowing them to have a vehicle to cause like disarray or disbelief, I think that's dangerous.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? War now is not fought in like, a lot of people think war is conventional and we're going to line up with a whole bunch of tanks, or we're going to be like George Washington and them dudes with rifles pointed at each other, and that's how we're going to declare war. Now it's really a lot about cyber.
Oh, definitely agree.
And it's a lot, and it's a lot about causing turmoil from within.
And that's exactly what we're doing.
And I don't know, we may have to look into a little bit more, but I heard that their version of TikTok and our version of TikTok is different.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? That don't scare the hell out of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. And just we're shouting out to read your terms and conditions, guys, because you're giving access to what you watch, your location, your geolocation, email, phone numbers, your searches, browsing history. So we are allowing people to come in.
Yeah.
Like you said, maybe the war is within, because you see how we are so divisive as a nation.
Yeah, a lot of that plays
Some of
into
that could
social
play
media.
into social media, exactly. What are we watching? What type of information we're getting? What sources of information and where you're getting them from? So a lot of it, like I said, that could be a tactic, because it seems to be working, because we are definitely divided as a country.
And the American-based social medias, which is, Twitter, we already know with Elon Musk, and we ain't got enough show to start talking about that guy. And then Zuckerberg and Facebook, them guys that went to, not Elon Musk, but Zuckerberg, he went in front of Congress because of his influence over the elections in 2020. Right. So, it's a big deal.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, social media is a big deal, and our American-based social media companies are having issues. Now we have a Chinese one that's going through the same thing, but how much access are we actually giving them, and how dangerous is that? And how much is that playing into the psyche of the country? And they're aiming toward the youth.
Yes.
That's what they're aiming toward. And there's a war against the youth. There's a war against causing turmoil with them, and also miseducation. You know what I'm saying? Or denial of education. We talk about it every week on this show. So yeah, I mean, I think it's important. So that's why, I don't mess with TikTok. You know what I'm saying? But no judgment. I don't hold any issues.
Right,
if you
right.
do and you want to have some fun. But I thought I wanted to share kind of the belief I have behind it. And it may sound a little extreme. I don't know. It may sound a little crazy.
Not at all, no, because it's a thing as far as with China and espionage, and it does happen, and it has happened. So we do have to be alert to what's going on. So again, I'm being selfish, and I just want to watch my cats. But
I don't know what it is.
if I could
with
watch
you and
another
cats.
different, I know, a little obsessed.
Do you even have a cat?
I used to have cats, but have you seen cats smack a person? It's funny. I need my amusement.
Yeah, but you say these cat videos.
You gotta
I'm
watch.
just
Okay,
thinking.
if you saw the cat videos,
I don't like cats like that.
Okay,
I don't
it's
trust
funny.
a cat at all. I might not trust cats. Worse, I
you're
don't
biased.
trust China. I might give China a pass before I let the cat.
Look, okay, so we got some bias here on cat videos, but
You know what I don't like about cats versus dogs?
They're sneaky.
Yeah, you can lay down on the couch, right? You just chilling.
Right.
Cat
they're
come
mean.
jump on you out of damn nowhere. Like
It's funny.
they trying to kill you.
Some are.
Yeah, they are trying to get you. Damn cat.
They do the little voiceovers and smack you and stuff.
Yeah.
Again, I do mine for amusement.
Hey.
A lot of people say mental health's a thing. I think I have good energy, but or my videos, I like to dance, so I like to watch the dance videos.
Okay,
and,
cats dance. You do them challenges then.
Yes, the
Okay.
education funny stuff. So
Okay.
once again, just a funny thing, but again, of course, when it comes to national security, I'd get rid of my TikTok. If someone told me, "Hey, this is dangerous. They're getting your information, or what they can do for it can harm others," I'd have no problem. I could delete my TikTok. So that's where it leads us to.
Yeah.
Do the right thing.
Hey, but one last point on this TikTok discussion. Like, people make money on TikTok. They make money using it. They make money, making videos and things like that. And there's actually a court case right now in Montana where like some creators are out there like suing the state for banning TikTok.
Because that's censorship, and that's gone against the Supreme Court, and they actually won, saying we can't censor, information, which it's kind of tricky because you got misinformation going on. You can't censor that, but not everybody has a right to say what they want to say, how they want to say it, regardless if it's factual information or not.
Yeah, we know America censors what they want. I always say that right now. Yeah, like the whole white nationalist movement. And yeah, this is just close to my heart. So, but they operate on the dark web and they operate through the internet. That's how they grow their numbers. So, nah, y'all can't censor that. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing about that, And that's been happening for years before the internet came out, or whatever the case may be, with books or whatever the case. They keep what they want to keep and try to ban what they want to ban to kind of push that white supremacy agenda. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. And now all of a sudden Montana, which we ain't going to even get into the state of Montana, got enough nerve to try to censor something. Like, really? How many people y'all got in Montana?
They still have a right.
Some 35 people and 34 of them white. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many people they got up there, man? They got enough nerve to ban something. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all need all y'all need, Montana. Like,
all the commerce that you can get your hands on.
What you talking about? Enough nerve. Like who put that case up? Like, how many people was in that courtroom? You know what I'm saying? I'm just joking. Montana's a pretty big state. Just
Right.
16 black people there, probably.
Maybe.
And all of them in the military. They got stationed there. Some black dude from Montana gonna call, dude, I was born and raised. Matter of fact, the dude I work with, he's a white guy though, but he's from Montana. That's funny. I was like, wow, but what the hell is Montana? What did I do up there?
Is that the same one that said that? What do you say? Something was. He said the submarine was fake.
Nah, it ain't the same dude. Yeah, he said that. No, man, it's no. Is that AI generated? That's what he asked me. I'm like, really? Like, who goes to trouble to do that?
Yeah,
that's just
correct.
5 dudes that made a damn bad decision. That's all that was. Man. That was horrible.